in the sun. Here we are at Redcliff. Apparently there's a kite festival here at the moment. As you can see, probably a few kites out there. And of course we're here right in front of kitepower, which we're going to try and go over there and have a bit of a visit and see if they let me talk to them and film the shop. You never know what will happen. But again, there's nobody kiting. There's a nice breeze, 12 nights, warm, and we can't see a kite surfer out there, so I don't know what's going on in this place, but we're going to investigate. Oh. For a cool looking board, huh? It's got the corners chopped off. You get one long side, one short side. They did some work with this in the early days. I forgot they were called sharks. They were called sharks. The one side was bigger than the other. For light winds and for board.
Alright.
There's a technical board. This is the one. These ones here. The race boards. I'm going in there. I'm interviewing everybody. I'm doing a documentary on the kite surfing scene in Australia because I've been videoing the kite surfing scene from day dot. I've got the first competition ever held here, just out here on video. It's actually on YouTube as we speak.
Here?
Yeah. And actually the first shop that opened up, I think opened up here. This is the first shop ever, a little shop. The guy drunk his business out down the train and went broke. No, it wasn't Jason. I think it was somebody else. Even before Jason. We're talking like way back. Like a long way back. You would probably be... So this is the first week here, or how long have you been here now?
Yes, in September.
Sorry?
September.
Why is this... Why...
Work in progress.
Work in progress, okay. And you manage the shop? On your own?
John.
John? Oh,
John.
Of course, yes, John. Been pretty successful here.
Very.
I know. Okay, because Jason complains all the time. That we need to know about.
Not yet.
And what's coming?
John's in China, the Cabrera conference this week.
Yeah. And some new designs, some new...
Apparently. New sea kite.
Sorry?
New sea kite.
Okay.
But that's all we know.
But the real thing about the pricing is something going to happen with the pricing because they're a little bit exy. Yeah, I would think that if you can get prices of kites like a 12 metre to around the 1100 mark, 1200 mark, new, I think the sport will catapult in popularity. Because at the moment we're 2,200 for a kite. It's just a bit over the top for most people.
The Cabreras are now about 1,800.
Still a bit on the heavy side. You know what I mean? I mean, once we're kite surfers, not a problem. But for the learning public, that's what we need to angle. So we need sort of a kite that's quite cheap and not very durable, right? To sell to the beginners, so they destroy it in one season, and then by then they really don't care about spending $2,000 on a big kite. And that's.
But if people buy like a decent kite to start with, they're not going to destroy it every year.
Yeah, I know, but it's the price. You know what I mean? They'd rather buy a shit kite, right, for less. Right, and have to replace it and pay twice as much again than buy a good new kite to begin with. So, I mean, I get it all the time.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. Freaks me out. I said, get the good gear straight away and you'll learn quicker. But they don't. They go for a second-hand dodgy kite and then they don't want to do it and they give up. And that's what happens. But in your opinion, how do you think the sport's growing here in Australia?
I reckon it's got to a pretty steady kind of... I think everybody that wanted to start has started.
Yeah.
And now we're just kind of waiting for the next generation of kids to
come up, yeah.
To get a little bit older. And
my experience with that is that most of my students and the people that I know, especially in Sydney, are all tourists. 95% are foreigners. The actual Aussie population somehow has missed the point. They don't want to do it. Do you feel that here as well?
I don't think they've missed the point. I just think they've seen it, and if they wanted to do it, they've done it.
But again, we go in Botany Bay, we'd have at least 80% foreigners, more. You know what I mean? And it's a large percentage. It's not like a coincidence. It's something that's happening that's strange. In Sydney, 4 million people, and there's 6 of us kiting in Botany Bay on a long weekend, and out of those 6, 4 of them are foreigners. You know what I mean? To me, it fascinates me. I mean, being in the industry as long as I've been, you know what I mean? I would expect it to be much busier in the Australian part of the population.
But it depends where you go.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking about here.
Yeah. Like here, we've got a very small tourism industry. Yeah. And it's mostly local, so it's got to a point where it's helped a lot that it's got a lot easier.
Yeah, with equipment.
To start,
and also instructors. The instructors are getting better.
Yeah,
well,
summer.
ideally. I'm trying to be positive here. Yeah.